Yo, it was a good job. Thanks for joining us for another show of Yellow Tape. Um, Give us a few minutes. I'm gonna give you a show. Thanks for joining.
New in the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Also hard, got a stack that can't stop my vibe. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, got a stack that cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't nothing time. Turn it up, let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere, it's our time to show.
Practice. I can show you practice. I can show you how to put $1 million in a mattress. I can show the difference between an icon and a classic. Baby in the major should be rolling in a basket. I'm advanced, and it's a lot of dance. From anywhere, my jewelry jump like Ja Morant. And Kif Tower shorts got me tanning with the babes. You would be a surfer if you ever had this wave. I just switch up my cabana, they throw shade. Matter top 5 and top wives, no I'm the fade. And though I'm out the loop, I be mute, playing cute, nothing to say to you. Cause when I'm back home, I'm like Kyrie, I won't play with you. This is magic with the fur. Tim Duncan on the spur. Tanya Harton on the skate. This that Kobe number 8. This the kick over the head in the hand of Sue Bird. This boy's superb. All I got is 2 words. Mace. Kiss.
South Beach murder, man, my crew come through. Every time I drop the top, the roof come too. Got no big homies, we know who runs who. Yeah, loudest nigga ever from the 2-1. Check it. Nike Tech, bubble coat, Kyrie, smoking dry weed. So much drugs in a nigga system, need BIV. Baddies on my body, all the hotties call me Poppy. Chop cheese from hobby, niggas still living high speed. I scoop all tender, I don't do dinner. Climb inventor, Lambo renter, stay high to the center. I told the niggas save a bread of no public defenders. We doing a lot of wicked shit, so don't you jump in this sprinter, nigga. Ain't on no funny shit, niggas die over money shit. About to spend on a child friend, my mom be on some other shit. They heard the murder up again, get time back to the government, cutting shit. A nigga walk the child with the oven mitts. They see me in the ski mask, they know I'm selling re-rap. Hit him in his kneecap, stomach bubble like wheatgrass. Niggas don't really know me, they just know that I'm moving. And I handle my business like the Soviet Union. We can go body for body, hottie for hottie, thotty for thotty, robbery for robbery, Rari for Rari, and homie for homie, lobby for lobby, nigga, choppy for choppy. We can go switch for switch or go lami for lami. I'm so bossy, call me Hugo, 80K on the Hublot. Cops pull me out the two-door, I'm high as Pluto. Mommies love me like Menudo, already got it, you know. I get a bag of blue nose to do their party 2 shows. These niggas sweet as fruit codes, tour days 2 codes. I ain't never do those, the Celsius is too cold. You f***ing with that dudo, you never sip on Nuvo. I'm giving new lows, you make a movie off me, you gon' need a new role. You just a bum in the pussy, that's why I call you puto. I got some foreigners out of town that chop it up just like a jitter judo. A body cam my left and give you 7 like Ikuko. Next time they say with him, tell
What's going on?
Tell him, you go, you go, you go.
We got the ad-libber for us over there. You know what I mean? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Yellow Tape. What up, DOJ? What up, Uncle Jackie?
We on fire. We the ones in charge.
We're ready. You're ready. Thanks for joining us for another show. Appreciate you guys for, pulling up to the show. And hopefully you liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you ain't liking, subscribing, and sharing, then you daring with your life. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, DOJ be with us in a few. Before the show, sometimes I may forget, and I may throw after the show, but always got to throw a disclaimer up there. Everything's for fair use. Everything's for educational, and you know. What up, Theo?
What's up, fellas? What's the word?
How you, man? Pardon me, y'all. I'm
Feeling,
eating,
man. How
so
y'all feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling better.
Cooling, brother, cooling.
I'll be even feeling better after, 9 o'clock, probably like 10-ish, 10:30. You know what I mean? When the Mets win and I'm laying in the bed, rapping on, yum, nom.
You can keep your sexuality to yourself, bro. We don't need to hear about your daily parties.
That's right.
What's good, Theo? Theo.
What's up, man? How you doing, huh?
I'm cooling, brother. I'm cooling, man. Trying to get this damn dinner ready.
What's the weather looking like out there, bro?
Man, finally, I got a hoodie on. Shit. Thank you. I've been waiting for that. Like, damn. Like, it's October. I understand, Georgia, but it's October. That's it.
Man, not crazy. Today was last 2 days was a little cold. We about to start getting a little further up, so we could just keep a sweater on. We don't gotta put on the jacket yet, but it was a little cold these last 2 days, man.
It sounds like he's missing New York. While he's having to put a sweat on.
Hell yeah. I've been wanting to wear hoodies because I put jerseys on top of them like it's still the 90s. So, yeah, man.
Brothers like that too. Shout outs to my brother.
Shout out to you, bro.
It's like that, man. He's the
Big
exact same
Joe,
way.
yep.
Mhm.
If it don't say champion on it, you want to put a jersey on in front of it or something. Yeah, this damn show ain't champion.
It's funny.
Wait, I think this the damn. What's the other company? I forgot Rydell or some shit. It's a football hoodie, but nothing beats a champion.
Nah, that's fact. Nothing beats the champion hoodie. The quality, the everything, bro. Like,
Hey, whatever's comfortable, my guy. Whatever you put on is comfortable. Is all you.
I mean, a hoodie's a hoodie too. You know what I mean? But like, if you want quality hoodie, you go get yourself a champion hoodie. Go pay that little money for it. Get that champion hoodie.
It's like what, $50, $60?
I have.
It's worth the 50, 60.
Yeah, we in inflation now. Where you at $50, $60? What you trying to get? Just not hoodie? A V-neck?
Shit,
bro,
I barely get winter.
all the motels closed over here, so you can't go in there and try to catch the deals on there.
Bro.
Yeah, Modell's is done.
It's crazy though, man. I just finished that Netflix Vince McMahon story, man. Just finished it, you know what I mean? The ending of it, because I wanted to make sure, just in case there no any words up there at the end, I'd be able to say, I've seen the words at the end of it too, you know what I mean? Yeah,
The only thing that's dope about it, if we're getting into it, is that they left in how they filmed his last interview
mm-hmm.
and had it overlap on that one to be like, oh, like you can't, ain't no backtracking now. We heard of pretty much everything that is on there now. It's like we understand how ruthless you was and how like you would do anything to make sure you was number one. So how far this one goes.
Yeah. I mean, if you look, I liked it. First and foremost, I thought the movie was great. I thought the documentary was great. You know what I mean? As far as giving the backdrop of WWF into WWE and Mr. McMahon in itself, I thought it was dope. You know what I mean? It also gave me insight on what type of dude he was and how he grew up in a sense and why he the way he is. You know what I mean? And what I took out of most of it was what you keep on saying, Uncle Jay, is that when you get money, you start doing weird things. You understand?
It's crazy.
So it is like
it's crazy. Look, listen. If we're going mental health and we're going realistic, we all understand your childhood upbringing is what usually your problems come from. Something
Yeah,
happened, or a trauma, some way, somehow, something that goes on there. So I'm not negating whatever happened in his life probably, sparked something that's there. But whenever any of these things go on, another thing that's in common, especially, is fame and money. It's once you get all that fame and you get recognition and you get power, you get weird. You don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people go and they go crazy. Some people go and they go to Africa and save all the tribes out there, or go to the rainforest and save trees. Like it's weird things that go on from there. And then you got people who just stuck in power who go, I'm bored, bro. I want more power. How can I get some more? Who can I torture right now? You know what?
See,
I know what's going on here. I like this. Let me go ahead and go do that. And it's just weird, bro. It's so strange.
no, that's a fact though. Once people start getting money, their interests change. But it's not everybody. Like when somebody had power before, no matter what kind of way, you've seen it
Mhm.
before, you've done it. Cool. Yeah, some people might want more, or you might not be able to be down to being regular, or you just don't think that you're too good for it now. Like, what
Uh-huh.
am I still hanging with Theo J and Doc for? And
Mm-hmm.
that's for some of us. Because me, it's like I'm gonna be looking like, why is Theo J and Doc not there?
Mhm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, what happened? Like, would they start begging? Like, what was going? Oh, you thought you were too good for them? And usually it's the latter. They start thinking they too good. Oh, they're gonna drag me down, and I did that level already. And
Mhm.
then your brain starts. You know
It's,
what? I am holier than thou now.
a whole bunch of
Screw this.
different
Screw that.
scenarios, man. It's a whole bunch
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
things.
Now you want
It's
to hang
like
out. You
if
start hanging out
whatever
with the
you
weirdos
spin
with
it,
money like you.
yeah,
Shit
whatever you
like
spin
that.
it, it goes back to you meet this other people, I guess, and you go, oh, this stuff is over here. This guy's into it. Let me go ahead and go that way. This person's into that. Let me go ahead and go do that. Yo, let's. That's the whole reason we all chilling together is because we into stuff like this, and
Yeah,
that's
that's true. That's true. And
part of the
different.
allegations that go on there, man. Wrestling, unfortunately, because we all know, and we're all into sports. It was a very male dominated and a male driven place and area. There was no place for women, from the superstars, the people they showed on TV, to the people that was in the back. And not a lot of female writers, not a lot of female people, executives that was up there. It was just a power hungry thing that was going on. So to know, like, this is where this is going to come from, and the type of situation where a lot of the dudes was probably already feeling like, oh, all right, this is the norm, this is the way to go, like this is the shit that was on there. So ain't nobody gonna tell you no after a while. Ain't nobody gonna be there. Nah, bro, I ain't losing my job to go ahead and go do that. Nah, bro, I ain't losing my position as his third underling somewhere somehow. Like, nah, you don't want to feel the wrath of whoever's in power to go through all of that.
I mean, to piggyback on what you were saying, yeah, look how they had the storyline of his wife, being subject to him cheating in front of her and all of that. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. Um, but I also think too, like you have this position, and and you could have the heart of gold. You know what I mean? And you may want to change. You may want the best for the next generation, or what's after you. You know what I mean? But you just tend to do and be around influenced by a certain type of people, or the people around you that have the money, and you decide to make some crazy decisions, and
That
or
too.
or
That
you
too.
use your power authority just to what I mean, to make the final
That too.
say.
That too.
There's different variables that different avenues that we could also talk about on which way he went down. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy because I just kind of think.
Your boy was hungry. He was dedicated, and unfortunately, just like all the other people that come up and they're in power and come out of here, they actually did some good work. And unfortunately, he created the greatest wrestling product I think ever to come to existence. Like
Mhm.
it, it's unfortunate. And you know, it's if you want to give credit to the father, I guess that's there, but you gotta understand this is a whole new business, it's a whole new venture. He did things that were unprecedented. He took over everything, bro. Like you don't hear people when they talk about wrestling, they mention anything else if you're a casual fan.
Facts.
Like if you just a regular fan, you'd be like, yeah, I watch WWE. Oh, I watch some other promotion. I watch AEW. I watch TNA. I watch some of these things that are American based, but there's a whole other realm of Japanese wrestlers that come over here and they go do stuff. There's a whole other realm of Mexican wrestlers that go ahead and go do stuff.
Luchadors.
Wrestling is universal. So, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody ever thinks about that. It's like the UFC, bro. Like, how long did you hear? How long did you hear when people be like, "Oh, yo, you do UFC? Or you do the UFC? You do that? You practice UFC? You do that?" But it's that's not what it is. UFC is the place where they fight. That's the organization.
MMA
You do
is the
mixed martial arts. You do MMA. Is that what you're saying? Yes, I train MMA. That's where you want to go. But they cornered the market and they took over, and that's what it is, man.
No, that's fact. I know when I used to get confused between what's the difference between UFC and MMA. I thought they was like two different leagues or some shit like that, and didn't know that the art form is called mixed martial arts. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And not knowing that the UFC was a place where it's an organization. You know what I mean? Just like
All other
WWE.
place. And just like
like Big Tom.
that, before then, and again, Japan was taking over Pride,
Right.
Dream, Kane, like a whole bunch of kickboxing, Muay Thai. Like it was crazy. But this place came and said, you know what, bro? Let's start doing this just like what WWE did, and let's start banding everything together and have dudes come together and all around the world and just beat each other up. Let's just record it and put it on pay-per-view. Let's go ahead and get it.
Who's really the best fighter in the world? What's the best technique? They actually took that and just ran with it. What's the best technique? And they still haven't found that. Well, it is BJJ. It's got to be JJ.
No, but
Brazilian
you
Jiu-Jitsu for
realize
you pervs out there.
you can't say that now because mixed martial arts is pretty much where it is. You need a mixture of everything.
No,
That's
that is
where it
true.
comes into. That's where single base things really isn't going to do. You can succeed. Don't get me wrong. I think
Yeah,
that's
but
what
you're
you
not going
can
to be that
succeed,
successful.
but you're not going to be the top level guy. Has to be able to do everything. I got to be able to
At
punch,
least boxing,
kick,
wrestling,
elbow. There's
BJJ.
Muay Thai in there. There's a whole bunch of
Yeah.
sambo, flips and stuff, judo moves you can use. There's a whole bunch of different things you can throw in there together. But I digress, and it goes into that. But that's more of the way to symbolize like how similar WWE and UFC is, you know. So, and I think we're gonna ask more of us to take it. This is recorded.
Diamond, what's up?
What's up? But
That was a
yeah,
good one for the day. That was a good one.
you can see why now they merge together as well. They're under one organization now, the UFC and WWE. So that was part of the why Vince actually came back and had to sell the company off. I wish they would have covered that a little more, but I guess he was already in trouble at that time. I don't know when this works. I don't know how this works because they should. I wish they would have. I wish they would have covered that one. If they would have like talked. Oh, TKO came in and they bought out and this was that and this was that. Like, not that I remember that much on that.
But I kind of think, I mean, if they were talking to him about the industry and about him himself, that would have been probably the next topic to talk about because it just happened.
Probably that's true too. They also did have one more part of the interview to do that probably could have been. Well, yeah, you make a great point. That was the last one. They had to do one. Then it was like, all right, he's not coming back.
Yeah, so it's like,
he's already in trouble. He's not coming back.
yeah, and then all they could drag out of it was what they had at the time, and then when they finally aired out, still allegations. He was under federal investigation. You know what I mean? So, and it's just crazy how, and I don't want to even touch on that yet because that's like further down the line because he achieved so much prior to that you know, even though he was doing dirt in between it, you know what I mean?
It's hard, bro. It's doing the same thing. Unfortunately, it'd be doing the same thing for Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
But
You can't, regardless of the bullshit and all the jokes that we crack and all the baby oil this man had magically made appear in his house. You can't negate his greatness. Like, he did great shit.
facts.
He made great songs. He was a great producer. He made great clothes. It was, besides all the shittiness that was going on, he did a lot of good things. Like,
You can't
R.
neglect
Kelly's
it.
the same thing we covered it the last time we did this. R. Kelly's the same thing. Like, how many different times you could say, like, oh, he's not a great songwriter. He's not a great artist. He's not a great this, bro. It happens, but then you got to separate the things. You got to separate the two. You got to separate, I guess, their greatness and what they gave to the world versus who they are personally, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It really does suck because I will not. And I used to be one of the ones sitting there like, yo, this dude is awesome, B. When I started noticing Nas and people from where we are doing songs with Kels, I'm sitting there like, and then I started listening to him like, yo, this dude he got bars inside of singing.
Oh, yeah,
Dude got bars
right.
here.
Yeah.
And then he did the Trapped in the Closet. I watched that with you, bro.
Yeah,
And I'm shy. It was like a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I had liked the shit. You know what I mean? I thought it was something that I like. I like rap operas. You know what I mean? Like that Beyonce shit.
Hip
I like shit
hoppers
like
and
that.
shit.
Shit like that just like excite me because it showed me a different form of something different. Then he was giving a storyline, and I like anybody that give me a storyline while they rapping. Your DOJ stuck in that motion right there. It got me bugging right now. Yo, I didn't do nothing, but it had me stuck in that motion. Like he's like, yeah, you really like that shit. You really like Trapped in the Closet.
But it's the idea. It's the way he put that shit together. Like he turned it into a movie. Yo, shout out to Onyx too, because people don't know. Onyx got this saying, and they shit is rap. Every bar is rapping.
No, but
shout out to Onyx.
Onyx shit I like too because it showed a different form. And DOJ, I was just saying how your picture was stuck on when you was looking at me when I said I like Trapped in the Closet. That shit was stuck for like 2 minutes. Like yo. Yo.
Nah. There's no problem with that at all. I was gonna say, damn, I completely forgot. Like when you said that shit, I was like, greatest form of fucking comedy and stupidity, but make it realistic because it kind of makes sense. And then you waited for all of them. I know you gotta remember when you was like, oh, let me see, what is it, 1 through 4 or some shit like that?
Thursday was coming on.
1 through 4, 4 through 8, 8 through 12 or some shit like that. But you was like just sitting there, just like, there's no way, bro. There's no. And it kept on going. I was like, bro, that's insane.
Yeah, he did like Friday the 13th and Mike and Nightmare on M Street shit. Like he did it too long, pause. You know what I mean? He dragged it on too long though. You know what I mean?
So funny.
But
I think that was hot. Yo, Onyx shit was an hour and a half, bro. Onyx joint is a whole movie. They got Omar rapping. They got Michael Rappaport rapping.
Yeah, that was a movie.
This was fire to me.
That was a movie.
Yeah, that's what made it dope. That was an hour and a half of rapping.
Like Trapped in the Closet, he was freestyling it as he probably had it like laid out pause as far as 1 to 12 or 1 to 10, and it was cut down, broken down to give it to us like that. And I mean, but then when he got to talking about the cop and the old lady, the fat lady, you know what I mean, it was just like, yo, you freestyling that right now. And the package at the end, it was like.
Darren fucking he was like, I'm just gonna see where this goes. I have an idea. And they was like, yeah, we're gonna pitch it. Let's see the first 4, or let's see the first 2. And they was like, oh, word. All right. Let me knock these out. Let me go ahead and go. Then after that, he was like, bro, I don't know where the fuck this is gonna go. I don't know where you want to go with this. I don't know where you want to go. Let's keep going.
That shit was an album, a 2-hour album. That was he wrote an album.
Yo, shout out to Weird Al for making a remix behind that. Shout out to
Okay, Weird Al. Thought you was
uh
gonna give R a shout out. He gets
nah
no
nah
shout out.
Weird Al and there was somebody else and D Storm who do their storyline just like that, but just do it like in a comedy more fashion.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Of
you
course,
know
Red Island is the greatest. He's the GOAT.
I know Weird Al. I don't know D Stone, but I know Weird
yeah,
Al.
yeah, D Storm. If you look at D Storm had a nice little thing too. And there's somebody else, Thrill somebody he got songs just like that too. That's a storyline. Um Jimmy Turner thing. You type in Jimmy Turner, and he comes up, and that's a nice storyline. He got his whole albums like that. But anyway, we jumping off topic and shit. Mr. McMahon, yeah, back to Mr. McMahon.
No, again, to circle back like you're about to do, like it's a continuation of how you got to separate a person's greatness from their
Mhm.
body of work. Like,
Yeah,
look how easy it was for us to get lost in this conversation, and then
yeah,
remember, it's still the same guy that's in jail right now for
right.
exactly what we was
Yep.
all saying. That's the worst thing on the
The
planet.
feeling on your booty.
I mean, but also too, like I'm not saying that is right in no faith or fashion or form. But the time that was back then, you know what I mean? Like you can't hold everybody accountable for what they did back then. Even though that'd be nice, you know what I mean? But if you do that, then you just can't do this on the sexual thing. Let's go back down to slavery. Let's go back down to racism, you know what I mean? So I mean, if we picking and choosing as society who we bumping heads with and who we picking to fight with, then there's a whole bunch of other fights that we should be picking that's more important than this in a sense, you know what I mean? But when you talk about
No,
trafficking, what he is facing, that's one of the charges that he is facing. That is something different. That's something in society that need to be faced heads on, like drugs, like how they had that drugs war, because there's too many kids being missing. There's too many young adults being missing, and there's nobody that give two F's about them. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
okay.
Yeah, I can dig that definitely, but I'm not a fan of any of that shit. I ain't a fan of the
Yeah.
R. I don't even like. Well, I can't take away what he did for entertainment. Just like he said with Vince, you can't take away what they did. You just gotta push them to the side like that friend who still likes high school girls. You gotta push them to the side. Like I'm good, buddy.
Why
We
you
had a
look?
good run. We killed them on the basketball court. We played good football, but when I left high school, buddy. We all left. We left. They just I keep getting older and they stay the same age.
That nigga still going to high school football games looking at the cheerleaders talking about number nine.
Right. Like, oh, I remember when she was a freshman. You grown up now though. You grown up now though. She ain't no freshman no more. She fresh meat. Let's go. You a perv, bro. You gotta get away from me. I can't be associated with that. Do not want to be a known associate.
So, so I don't like the correlation between what you just made because it's one. It's a step. If I was to agree at all,
Good job, Eric.
then I would have to reinforce the fact that if we're not winning anything and we're not getting any steps in trying to make something right, then this right now, these battles that they're losing, the weird guys are losing, i.e., the R. Kellys, the Vince McMahons, and all the other people, the ones that are victories for us to want more change. So it's showing in significance that it's heading in the right direction. You just mentioned a time of old where people were going, it's not a big deal, it's not a problem, it's not this. It is a problem.
It is. No, it is.
People should be held accountable for their actions. But I think you're mixing up also when people want to go back on like Facebook or Twitter or social media now, where you go back and you find from grown-ups, where whenever our first time we was online, whatever our thing was, they'll find your old Yahoo account or your old Tumblr account or something. They find that you posted funny shit on there. i.e. the Doja Cat. I don't know if you ever seen that. I saw them clips way early as soon as she was getting popular. She was a super racist online. She was on Uvu and all these other video joints being super goddamn racist and trying to be funny to go ahead and go be over there. But that was her clique. That was her peoples. That was the thing. And if you take that out of context and you look at it down and you be like, damn, she's a bigot. Damn, she's terrible. Then she's like, well, these are web videos I was making with my friends and doing stuff. The same thing for Twitter. They pull up your old. What did you mean by this? What are you talking about? When I was like 17, 18, when I made a terrible joke and I said something about this? No. How about you ask grown up me now, whatever it is that's that, and see if I give you the same answer. Because I guarantee you it's not going to be the same. The way our thought process was when we was younger is completely different than how it is now. So you can't hold anybody accountable for that. But I can hold you accountable, like, i.e. anything that happens in the hood. Like if you get robbed, you're going to sit there and tell me you're not getting back. Sooner or later, something bad going to happen. You never know. Getting beat up, getting jumped, all this other stuff. It's all correlation on there, bro. So you got to be held accountable for that stuff. If I was doing something wrong, if I wronged somebody whenever it was time to be wrong and they felt I didn't make the situation right, it's my job to go ahead and go make it right. Whatever that thing is, it's my job to go ahead and go make it right. That's the accountability stuff that we need to take. We need to start doing, and the things we have done now to show that it's not the time of old where dudes can get away with shit like that, or women can do shit that they can get in trouble for. Because we make a lot of jokes, but we always hold our stances toward there's women who can't game the system no more. There's women who can't do shit no more. There's shit that we're not gonna allow and we're not gonna let slide. The same way they hold us accountable, we're gonna hold them accountable for the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? So I can't hold it. You kind of dragging it a little bit when you want to put it in the context of like slavery and racism and all this other shit, because that's a whole nother book, and we're on a whole different chapter somewhere else, bro. Like,
but
the start of us trying to get there.
If the man is still doing it, then yeah, hold him accountable, and he can be held for a past thing.
Nah, it doesn't. That's like trying to say priests can't get in trouble, bro.
But the
priest didn't tell me that don't happen, bro. It don't matter when it happened, dog. It don't matter if it happened when I was a kid or if it happened now. It don't matter. If I can hold somebody accountable, it's the
man paid $12 million or $17 million, $16 million for that for me to settle that. You know what I mean? Even me and that woman decide this is enough for her to get by, and we settled it out of court. So I'm saying in his case, not saying in all cases, but they are dragging a lot of things that and it seems like there's a lot of sexual misconduct that they drag. You know what I mean? And like I said, and I'm gonna hold the stance of if you're gonna hold a lot of people accountable for stuff, because I'm part of the people that still held to this day. It's still racism out there. You understand? It's still people out there still preaching it within inside their household. It's still things that I can't get over because I'm a black man in society. You know what I mean? I'm looked at as a threat or some type of mischievous thing inside their neighborhood, for instance. You know what I mean? I could just be walking, but what are you doing in my neighborhood? You know what I mean? It is so much, but like I said, that's stretching it. But if a man paid out of court and we settle this, and I paid you millions of dollars, there's no reason why we should be bringing this back up unless I'm still doing the same things. You know what I mean?
I got you. You ready for this? Because I'm gonna use your context of racism against you right now. Right? You run into me at the gas station. Right? I cut you off in the gas station. I come out. And I look at you, I call you, not only do I call you the N-word, I call you all types of obscenities. You be like, hey, you know what? All right, whatever. It's going to be cool. I'm going to go ahead and go get back. It's going to be all right. I come back out, I back up, hit your car, boom. Still being racist, flip you off and go over there. You have a chance to go ahead and right your wrong from there. Would you take it?
If I apologize for
No. Me, would you, if you can get me arrested and get me to go ahead and go, would you take that claim and go ahead and go do so?
Yeah, but one thing,
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now you want your day in court. You want justice. You want payment on there. Instead of us going and getting your day in court, I give you money and tell you shut the fuck up. You can't talk about this ever again. You're still a stupid N. You're still a stupid coon. You're still a stupid whatever it is. The word you want to go ahead and go, and you want to go there. You still that. It don't matter. Here, take this money. Shut up. You going to take the money or you going to go to court?
Me myself, I'm not taking the money, but there's people that will take that money and will shut the fuck up.
So that's the problem.
Yeah.
So they went, all right, here. Now here's your money. Shut the fuck up and don't ever bring this the fuck up.
But
What happens is, like you said, it kept on going, right? And now it's at a time now, he's not continuously going on, but somebody's finally saying something about it. And now let's say you find out that I'm the most racist bigot on the planet. And you be like, hey, you know what? This motherfucker just paid me to shut the fuck up. All I did was sign a paper. I feel stupid right now. I feel stupid as fuck right now, bro. You know what? Let me tell them. Now I can tell them at least, hey, yo, let me prove to you because I have this NDL. I have this. Let me prove to you that what this next person is saying is true because I want to help the next person on there.
But you also have animosity now because you feel that that person's still doing, not that he's still doing what he's doing.
Absolutely, because I gave you money until you shut the fuck up. That's what
I have to say. Now there's two parts of that. Now if you told me and you giving me my money, you still calling me nigga. Then if I accept it, then that's
the same thing. And you can't say nothing and go ahead and go. It's the same way he did it. I'm gonna pay you money. Here, shut up, bitch. Go ahead and go do your job. Don't worry about it. Be quiet. Don't worry about it. Here.
And that's wild boy. That's wild boy moves. You know what I mean? But now when it comes down to you finding out that he's still doing it, and then now you trying to help the next person, but you never stopped it from the get-go. You know what I mean? All you did was put a patch on it and you got paid behind it. You know what I mean?
Because you couldn't do anything at that time. Remember, if we're putting it more into context, this is a job. At the end of the day, I'm getting offered, not only am I getting offered money, I'm still getting offered my position. So I don't lose my position in where I am. And all I got to do now is just shut the fuck up. Not only did I get paid, I stay here until they release me and then pay me my severance or whatever the case may be, however it works, and then I leave from there. That's why. Remember, at the beginning, we covered this. It's a male-dominated world in wrestling, bro. It was not a lot of people that was going ahead and had any jobs that was back there.
Like male or female, you as an individual is gonna worry about your income. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't got no income coming through, that I could agree with you that you want to stay where you at and you want to have a steady paycheck. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking that, but then now you got to understand the main thing of all of this. Now, do you want a change? Or are you patching up and just taking what you could get from out of this? You know what I mean? Now, you satisfied with just getting paid and keeping your job and nothing changed, then that's on you as an individual. And again, I'm not taking nothing from it because at the end of the day, you have to choose what's best for you at that time. If you ain't got no income coming in, you have to stay, you have to get money. You know what I mean? And that goes to any workplace.
So are you saying more of like, not the people who are filing the lawsuits, right? Not those people. You talking more, you want to hold like the people who come out of the woodwork later on and say, oh, yo, that's true. Oh, yeah, that happened again. Make sure you check them that they're not doing it for monetary gains. Like, because there's people out there that will game the system to go ahead and try to use that as an advantage kind of thing.
I don't want to say yes or no because I feel that if a person doing you wrong and you want justice, you go get justice. You know what I mean? But it all comes down to what are you comfortable? What are you willing to settle with? Are you willing to settle out of court and not let this get passed? Okay, for instance, right? Police, New York City Police Department. They do any crime against anybody and they get held accountable for it.
Yeah.
They don't. If they settle out of court, they don't still, when they settle, there's still no accountability on their behalf. You understand? That's one thing they make sure they put in writing. There's no accountability that they did anything wrong. They do not agree that we did anything wrong, but we will settle at X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? So if you settle, that's not admitting guilt to anything. So like
You just want that shit to go away.
now, yeah. So now you have to ask you as a person, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for a change? Am I doing this because I feel hurt or I feel violated? So I want to get compensated for my violation. You know what I mean? And there's different avenues that you go down with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And different opinions from different people at that time of that crossroads. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that I just feel that, and this is my feeling, not my opinion. So my opinion, it's worth a pot to piss it in the window, throw it out. But I'm just airing it amongst my peers right here, just to get your opinion on it too.
That
You know
was
what I
so
mean?
cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it just that like I just feel that certain things they be dragging it. You know what I mean? And not dragging it to where it shouldn't be brought out, but it should be known. And if you're still doing business with the man, you let the man back into business. Like, what purpose was it for? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, bro.
Oh well, he's not with them anymore.
Right, not no more. Yeah, not no more. But
He's
he was
been
out
with them.
back then.
But the only reason why they had to bring him back, it's like,
They could sell it.
yeah, it's like
They can
having a
sell it
coach
name.
on your
Yeah,
roster.
I
Like,
just
you know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
they
Like,
back.
Stell, look, oh shit, this like Adam Reed is over here. Let me go ahead and stay over there. And then you find out he's about to retire right
Yeah,
soon as you get there. Like, that's the type of shit that goes on from there. So
yeah,
it was just a good look to be like, no, trust me, it's still in good hands. We're gonna be good.
yeah. That's why
And
I
it
understand that.
wasn't a good look, and that's what made the DOJ come up and have to go ahead and investigate all this shit. Because there was, you don't give a man who sold his company shares back in to go ahead and sell it again. You don't. That was a weird move to make. It doesn't make any sense, and that's what opened the door to go ahead and find out. Wait a minute, how much money are you making? Is $1.8 billion you about to go ahead and go make off this? Wait a minute, where's all your money going? Where's all your money going ahead and going? And then finding out that he's using company assets to bring up the NDAs to cover up
Yeah,
his ass,
like
all that shit. So
like
that's what.
you ain't
So
supposed to
again,
be together.
this is why I ask, who is it that you're really blaming on there? Because some of these people weren't like, they came out and this happened and this came out, like the Diddy shit. Like the shit you told me about the Diddy thing was crazy. I saw
Yeah,
exactly what you was talking about. I don't know how far that went because I don't think anything came up yet. But
yeah,
100 and some was crazy.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Now that's, if you blame those people, those are the people that I'd be like, all right, I don't know if they're going for a money grab or if they want change. But the people in this scenario, in the Vince McMahon scenario, those are all the people that you can't just ignore because you want to find out, all right, what exactly did he pay you money for? Like you said, there's no admission to guilt. So why the hell is he giving you money? What happened that he had to give you money? And why was it not his personal money? Why was it WWE money?
And
Why are you still with the company? What's with all this funky movement that's going on from there? So there's only one woman who's going for compensation now who technically signed an NDA and had it, but she kept getting paid. Her thing was she kept getting money, now that money's all gonna go ahead and go finish. She find out, all right, he's about to make 1.8 billion, and nobody's still gonna hear me out to go ahead and go. Nah, we're about to change all that. That's insane. So they're looking into all the other people who called ass and do some shit. I'm hoping this opens the door more for talent to come forward, because if you watch the documentary, which I know we have, there was a lot of strange shit that was going on in the backstage area. I don't know. And how many of y'all's wives is about to be like, nah, it's all right, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. Listen, I get it. I'm also making fucking ducats. Like, I'm not you. What am I clearing a year, bro? I'll finance your whole political career, because that's what Linda McMahon was doing. She was like running for governor. She ran for governor. She was like governor of Connecticut or some shit, or mayor of Connecticut or some shit like that. And she did all of that. And what do you think all that money came from, bro? Right there. Oh, McMahon. In the middle of all of that. That's the reason why she wasn't involved in a lot of them crazy ass storylines. She was just in a couple dumb shit and was like, all right, let me move away from this and let me go ahead and go this way towards politics and get away from all of that.
I mean, it's just crazy. It just looking at the story, and just see that he also was trying to get some. He was looking for some love, and not love that you would find from another woman or from a woman or from a man. He was trying to find love from his father. You know what I mean? In my opinion, well, not even my opinion, from his own words. You know what I mean? Like he was always looking for a pat on the back from his real father because he was abused by his step pops growing up,
Bro.
and supposedly been sexually abused by his mother. You know what I mean? And they never got into details of what that was like, getting sexually abused by your mother, or
SA.
yeah, essay by your moms in any form or fashion. But we already know what a ass whipping is like. Coming from a man probably in the 70s or the 60s. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you also saw, don't put a lot of, this is why I don't like to put too much into that much, because it's, don't think it might have been a pat on the back from the dad when your pops tell you, either, bro, you gotta kill me or you gotta buy me out, bro. You
No, but
gotta,
would you see the
gotta,
pattern? Look at the pattern was still there. You understand what I'm saying?
you
So you knew as a child that you was hurt and your father, you was over
know,
looking for your father appreciation or not even, I'm saying the wrong word. Your father approval.
Admiration.
Your father approval. Your more approval. You know what I mean? And with everything that you do, is not your father's not giving you the euphoria that you're looking for. That not giving you
I
that pat
get it.
on the back or that hug or good
Yeah.
job, son. You know what I mean? And he did that with Shane. You know what I mean? And Shane wanted the same thing in a sense. Wanted look how Shane felt when he came back 6 years after not being there. You know what I mean?
There's also, because I'm, you know me, I'm not the casual fan. There's
No,
also a lot
no.
of backstage drama with that too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much substance abuse was involved and a lifestyle choice and stuff like that, but he definitely did the same exact thing company wise, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, nah, bro. If you want what's mine, then you need to come up to the plate and take it. It's not it this isn't something, this is mob power. You gotta take me out in order to go ahead and go be the king. Like it's not, I'm not gonna give you anything to go ahead and go be over there. And then I mean I am a part of the few that go the big what ifs if it would have been Shane running and finally getting Stephanie to go ahead and go do shit and get him to disappear out of the spotlight and kind of what they did now and where it could have blossomed or gotten destroyed too. But I mean, without him around at that time, bro, what we had, that was still attitude, middle of the attitude era, coming through the attitudes to the PG era. All the Rock was still finishing off, the Cena's coming in, the Randy Ortons, and making super duper stars from there. Like, who knows, all those people would have had to come up where that would have been from there. But I get it when he was like that. But Shane did his own thing on the outside, bro. I wish they would have covered a little more on that, but it's not about him. It's about Vince McMahon. Then they would
Yeah.
have had to get in to like even Stephanie stepping down when all the bullshit was going on. As
Mhm.
soon as he left, she was in charge. She was like, "Nah, I'm signing this 90-day contract. You got 90 days to find a replacement or some shit. 60 days to find a replacement because I'm
Yeah,
nope,
she want nothing to do with her
nope,
father being in the business no more.
nope.
And again, like I kind of think and I kind of think that when you set in your ways, okay, and like I think he did a lot of decisions that was better, that was the best for the brand, given that it may not have been the best for the fans or best for TV or best for people in general, but he moved the echelon for of the company past past milestones where no one expected wrestling to go.
He is in the wrestling business, the god, bro. Like
Hmm.
it's there's no bro. We all love at least one wrestler. We all do. It don't make that man is not any different than you or I. One of my favorite wrestlers coming up is Kane. Love him to death. Loved everything about it. Loved it. The man is not anything as what he portrays on the screen. It's nothing on there, but I still admire and respect the fuck out of him because of that. But that's what he created. He created that for most of us and some of us that was growing up. And, it's like it's insane.
It was crazy. I remember Mean Mark, you know what I mean? Mean Mark, Undertaker, you know what I mean? I remember he was coming off the top rope, punching people in the chest, man. Like, yo, what type of tall 7-foot dude is doing that? You know what I mean? And then he came as the Undertaker. I'm like, I know that's wait, Mean Mark, yo. And never like really put it two and two together at the time, you know what I mean? But wrestling was fun, you know what I mean? And again, like what you said, everybody had a favorite wrestler or like wrestling at one point or one fashion in their life. You know, my godmother mom, you know, she's from Trinidad. She was like, you know, straight from the island, you know what I mean? She came over here and she used to have the TV in the living room. She used to watch her on the weekends, watch her wrestling. You know what I mean? And we watched it with her.
Universal, bro. You don't need the words to go ahead and go watch wrestling, bro. You don't need no words. You can do one or two things. You hear the cheers and you hear the boos. You know when it's a good thing and when it's a bad thing. You know all of that. It's storytelling. It's a telenovela for guys, bro. That's all it is.
No, that's fact. And I always thought that. I always thought that growing up too. Like
That's all it is. You're not telling me anything. I don't care what anybody wants to argue with me for. I'm a huge fucking wrestling fan. It's grown ass men in costumes that go out in a ring to punch each other in the face for like 5 minutes and then come up with some crazy ass finish with some crazy ass move that I will never ever do in real goddamn life. I never do any of the things I see on there. So I'll try some of that shit, but I won't succeed on none of the things that's on there. And then go ahead and go finish that. I got a good guy and I got a bad guy. I got a guy who I know I'm not supposed to like and a guy I'm supposed to love. That's all it boils down to, bro.
That's facts. That's fact. And I just like how, at certain matches, you feel very. Like you try.
Okay. I love you.
I just like the fact that how I do my train of thought off.
Telenovela for guys.
No. It's just the fact that you have fuck it. Anyway, next story.
But I love it, bro. I love it, and that the documentary definitely
it was cool. I liked it.
Ran into how he pretty much boiled down the science, and it was like, what the fuck, like what the, and I still remember, bro, vividly of all the things that they were showing when his character was getting developed as a thing.
Me too.
I still remember when he went in that limo and they cut that blow up scene. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was insane, and I didn't know where the hell they were gonna go with that one.
Yeah,
but it showed he was like, bro, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I will wrestle my daughter on national television before her wedding. I will go ahead and go do this and beat the shit out of anybody to get to the top.
That's why I knew that you was lying about it. You never tried it. You tried it on her. You tried it on her.
I didn't say that. I didn't say I didn't try them. I said I tried them, not successfully, but I tried them.
I know. My thought was that I like the fact that how, in a sense, he got thrown to the wolves, and I'm Mr. McMahon from the start. Yo, the announcer, wanted some more money, and he like, nah, if you don't give me no more money, I ain't going on. Pop, they looked at each other. Dad, what you gonna do? That's it. You the announcer. You the commentary now. You know what I mean? He got through and he took it and he ran with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We never thought, probably if someone came in and watched it, that Vince McMahon started off as an announcer or he was the owner. You know what I mean? We figured that he's, one of the characters inside the storyline or in the plot, inside the organization, and come to find out he the top dog, you know what I mean? And the CEO of the thing that's making this happen. So I mean, and again, I can remember the times where a lot of the storyline was unfolding with him and Austin. 'Cause that's when it was really popular. You know what I mean? And it was crazy. It was real crazy and it was real outrageous. And I didn't know, and I should have. And I probably didn't know at the time they was fighting with Nitro. You know, Raw.
Oh, the
WCW.
Monday Night Wars, yeah.
I probably never thought that WCW had that much of popularity over WWE for that
Boy,
long.
I used to be a huge WCW fan. I
like WCW.
WCW used to be on my TV most of the time, and then I'd flip to see like the match and be like, all right, this is the person wrestling, all right, cool, click, and I'd just go, and it'd be mostly on WCW, bro.
And you know why I didn't like
bro.
You know why I didn't like WCW? I didn't like the broadcast of WCW. It felt so bootleg in a sense. You know what I mean? Compared to WWE.
They didn't have the money that WWF had.
It felt like watching picks, you know what I mean? With Channel 11, you know what I mean? And with the Mets game or Channel 9 with the Mets. Like, you're not supposed to do like broadcasting.
It was
You know what I
different.
mean? Yeah.
It was different. Yeah. I get you.
I ain't gonna front. I like it. So you wouldn't like ECW.
No, well, ECW was different. You know what I mean? ECW looked like that shit was more like real. Like you was getting bloody ECW. You was getting like they and that was the arena. You know what I mean? That was local, like in a sense, like you had local people there, and I respect that right there. You know what I mean? ECW, I mean WCW. I mean, I like WCW too. Don't get me wrong, because that's when Super NES came out with Nitro, NWA and NWO, the war, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Not NWA, but NWO versus whatever. You know what I mean? For Super Nintendo 64, and that was tough. You know what I mean? And that was tough. So I like WCW, but it wasn't to me like WWE, WWF. You know, that was top of the line. Like nah, everything else was second fiddle.
Yeah, it's because it's the you know, man. It's
fact.
It was there that, but
comfortability time. You know what I mean?
My thing was
that's Fox versus Ted Turner.
I'm always a character guy. I'm always looking for who's gonna be the next character on there, and I won't lie, to be biased as fuck, I was a huge fucking Booker T fan only because they used to say he's from 125th or he's from Harlem on the side.
110. He's from 110th. He's from 110th.
Fucking mad.
No, because I went looking for that nigga. I went looking for them. I was 2 blocks up. I went looking for them. Ain't nothing but a methadone clinic in the train station.
Yo, bro, I used to get so mad. I used to be like, yo, I love, like, what? And then him and his brother see the Harlem Heat come out. Like, yo, this is fire, bro. I can't do this. This is.
Yo, that shit was awesome until you know that, like, I can't find them.
But super duper, like, corny or repetitive. I don't want to say corny. I got repetitive. After all the NWO shit and the split, and then having all of these, you know, characters all over the place, it was kind of weird as fuck. But I was always invested in the cruiserweight division, or the smaller guys, the light heavyweights, you know, the Rey Mysterios, the Lincos, the Eddie Guerreros, the Perry Saturns, all of them people that was like, oh, these niggas, these niggas is onto something. And I never understood, like, besides a Rey Mysterio kind of guy, like he's like 4'5". Like I get it. You're not gonna put him in a guy that's 6. I get it. But some of the guys that are 5 feet and some of the guys that I don't think would lose too fast with a big guy, I'm like, I don't understand why they don't go ahead and go do this. I guess they'll get squashed out. I guess you see it when they try to jump them and shit. It's never a good idea. They just power through it and just get beat up. Like nobody's gonna really want to take a right hand from the Big Show. Like I'm not, regardless of how big.
Oh my gosh. Or Big Van Vader with the.
Yeah, I'm not. I get it. Get some of the dudes where you be like, all right, cool. But I was always interested in that shit like that. And that's, you know, thankfully WWE got a lot better. And when they brought them out, they showed it and they brought all that talent over that way. And it was like, oh.
Yeah, they took everything. Everything. Yeah, they even took my boy Sting and made him the Crow. That's when I was like, Sting, man. You done got bigger. You're not as fast. You're looking more for power.
Well, that was another character that I really, I'm into the darker kind of things that was going on. So I was there. I was watching a lot of the shit, not understanding because I didn't watch The Crow. I didn't know anything about that. I was too young to watch the movie, so I didn't get the references until I watched the movie later on. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong? Why is he so sad? What the fuck happened to all the face paint and all the stuff that's going on there? I don't. This doesn't make any sense. I watched the movie. I get the reference. I get all the shit that go. Oh, that's dope. See, even that would have went and did good if it didn't prolong. That was the problem with WCW. Was it was running on fumes, bro. It was.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you,
Financially, yes, it
if
was
you
financially.
but
if you
maybe
guys are really into
because Eric
document,
Bischoff he wasn't creative enough. You know what I mean? Like
watch if you really want to get into it, bro. I suggest there's an episode of there's a series called Dark Side of the Ring. And they cover
I saw some of those.
all of the bad shit that happens in wrestling. So one of their final episodes in the seasons is the fall of WCW, and they cover a lot of shit that was going on from there, bro. And yes, you can blame somewhat Eric Bischoff for some of the stuff that was going on, but you also learn that there was a lot of creative shit behind the scenes that he wasn't in charge of. There was a lot of shit that was going on that didn't make any sense. Bro, they released like a couple years ago, like the WCW payout list, bro. I understand why you would jump ship from WWE and go. I got a guaranteed contract at the 90s to get like over $1 million,
yeah,
800,000 a show to go ahead.
Yeah, they're trying to dishing it out.
Right, and then what happens after that? They're like, all right, where's my investment? We were doing good for this long. Then what? Nah, we need more. We need more. I hired this person. I did this. I'm changing times on here. We're adding a show. We're doing this, and it crumbled under its own weight, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, I never thought that WCW was that big and held number one rating on Monday night for 83 weeks. You know what I mean? I never would have expected that. You would have told me that. You would have gave me that in a Jeopardy question. How they got it wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm saying
shout out to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, bro. That's what it was, man. Fuck, and I mean, I'll give it up to some of the OGs and the Randy Savage and the Hulk Hogan when he turned and became a bad guy too. That added onto it. But
no,
that was good. That was actually good.
Those are them boys, bro. They came over and was like, "We about to disrupt everything that's on."
And look who they
were. About to fuck up everything you knew about all of this.
Were two 6'11" dudes, you know what I mean? They was two big dudes. Like who was challenging them? Nobody. And then when you look like when they combined and got the Hulk as the third person, it was also like, yo, wow, like another big dude boys, you know what I mean? Like, damn, nobody stopping them, you know what I mean? Because I remember when Scott Hall went over there, you know what I mean? And Ray Ramon.
That's what came about and what pushed WCW outward. People wanted to see that was going on. That's why I'm glad they covered that much. It was like, bro, they just started taking everybody and just stealing everybody and just going on from there. Yeah. Bro, and it was so bad. This is how good WCW was and still is on his mind. When he was still in charge of things before all this shit was going on and AEW had came out and was just starting up, the man was so crazy. He just started doing. He did the same thing again. He was like, you know what? I'm signing people. I can't lose nobody. I can't go ahead. He was so afraid it was gonna happen again. Another company was gonna come in and just be like, all right, we're gonna take that one. We're gonna take that one. Do exactly what he did to every other company to try to shut him out. He's like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. He signed people to outrageous money and then had to cut and lay off a whole bunch of great up and coming superstars. So that's a lot of that shit that hurt him too. When people were like, you really keeping some of these dudes that don't really wrestle because you like their look, but you got superstars that are out here like just because they don't fit your mold doesn't mean they're not pushing tickets. Like that's where the indie scene blew up, and you have a guy like a Kevin Owens kind of guy. Like you would have put him in front of Vince McMahon, he'd have been like, I don't like any of that shit. But he was a Triple H guy, and Triple H loved him and was like, nah. We're going to trust me. This guy is going to be the change. And that's a superstar. If you watch wrestling, that is like, bro, he's so good now. Austin gave him the stunner. Like he does the stunner now. Like that. If you're not saying that's how dope you are, bro, I don't know what else is.
Yeah.
Definitely. Dude gave you his signature.
Yeah, man. It just crazy how downfall, you know, when I watched it, I just thought about you, Jay. I was like, yo, Jay's keep on saying this comment. When you get rich and you get to a certain level,
You fucking see it too. That's what's so good about that documentary. You start hearing him talk. You don't. First of all, I don't know how they cut the fucking interview. If the narration is that one fucking interview, that's insane. That's amazing. But you can hear the buildup to the crazy. You can hear the buildup to when he's gonna be like, he's gonna slip. He's gonna say something. And the only thing that he slipped up there, he's like, there's some stories, you know, I can't go ahead and go tell.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and go tell you something anyways. And then, you know, backstage was crazy. And, you know, the boys were boys. And go ahead, get the fuck, slip. And if he would have did that last one, I guarantee you he would have been like, it's all right. They're not going to go ahead and go show nothing bad. I'm going to be all right. And he'd have slipped up. OD.
Because when you're paying people off and you figuring that they hushing up and they doing their position as far as not saying nothing, then it's over.
You feel like you're worth $1 billion, bro. You feel like you untouchable. That's everybody's downfall, right? When they become Mr. Untouchable, and then you can't touch me on that. You can always get touched, bro.
Yeah,
you can always get touched. Good touch or bad touch, you can always get touched. Don't ever think otherwise. That's why I'd rather be a overprotective and paranoid nigga than a nigga that thinks ain't nothing gonna happen, bro. I can't be complacent. Can't expect the unexpected because I can't. Especially if you worth that much money. Now look what's gonna happen. They had to shut the original sexual the SA investigation for this DOJ investigation.
yeah.
So DOJ still investigating. I think it goes into like November or December before all the because I was wondering. I was like, why he not in trouble and Diddy already in trouble? Why? Don't sit here and tell me he's not worth millions. They're not both moguls. They're not both entities. They're not. Don't shut the fuck up. Don't tell me that. Because I get real racial real fast. I'll be like, why the white man not in jail and the black man in jail? I don't understand.
He did have videotapes. He did have
bullshit.
himself.
But you find out that it's the quiet and pendant for the 6 months that's coming out. So I'm waiting for that shit to come over, and then it's like, all right, oh hell's about to go ahead and go break loose. Because I really love to know how far this is gonna go.
Yeah, and it's about to be crazy.
I just want to know who was victimized by not the guy, but if you followed, but by the Bobby Lashley. Who had to take the Bobby Lashley? Who was brave?
I wonder if they're gonna break more into that too, because I saw the documentation already. And for fans that don't know what we're talking about, it's Vince McMahon was definitely kinkier within kinks, and apparently
he was different.
Word to the wise. Apparently, there's a documentation of him having
toys
named after wrestlers and going ahead and stuff like that, and having, and it's insane.
So if you can imagine Bobby Lashley, then imagine the toy that was made in his honor.
Yes.
My goodness. That's all I can say is my goodness.
And I think that's part of the Janelle Grant investigation that's going to be released and all this stuff that's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be public records. It depends on how many, who's gonna dig deep, man. Get it out.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Talking about Bobby Lashley, you talking about dig deep. No pun intended. Woo. No pun intended. That shit scarred my brain when I saw that shit. Like, hold on, man. Bobby Lashley. You hit the wrong one. You hit the wrong one.
I feel bad. Yeah,
Oh, no, I wanted that.
I feel bad. 'Cause I also want to see
Hold
like
up.
that's what I was trying to go with before when we was covering all of this stuff. Because I'm wondering who you'll be more mad at, Doc, or not mad at, but who you would question more if it's going to be a power grab person or if it's the person who's like, well, I've been wanting to say something and I never got the chance to say something because he's worth a quadrillion dollars, and now I can go ahead and get some type of help or some type of ear to go ahead and
Confirmation.
there. Like I get it. I don't see any of the NDA people coming in besides them going, well, if you get them, because that's what Janelle Grant wants. She's like, I want, please lift these NDAs. If they're illegal, if they were used under company terms and it's not real and it wasn't supposed to be like that, you need to lift these shits. I guarantee if you lift all of these NDAs, all of this information will come out that we can go ahead and go talk
Well,
about, and you're gonna hear what's going
yeah,
on.
well, with the DOJ, well, what I think with the DOJ investigation, and once you get subpoenaed, that's going to surpass the NDA that you signed, and that's where
I
the Cassie.
don't.
That's why I think
I,
the Cassie thing came in at. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I don't think you can subpoena them if they settled out of court. It's a weird. I don't know. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not even gonna go ahead and go into it. But I don't think you can subpoena them without there like actually being a crime. So it's more of like you lifting the NDAs to get more information
Yeah,
on that crime that's about to happen, so he can get charged for something.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you're building a case against it because you got evidence that's already
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
guilt. You
So
know
I
what I
don't
mean?
think they can actually go that far. But I mean, I think the problem is that he used like the company lawyers or like company assets in order to write up the NDAs and just share the money and do all this stuff. So it's more
Yeah,
of that stuff. They're going, well, if that's not legal or if he's investigated for that and that's what we need to go find out, then none of these NDAs should be valid. So we should be able to hear from all of these people all the 5 women who went from there, I think, and all the other people who have been like, well, he told me just to shut up or he's going to ruin my life. I've been afraid to ever get into wrestling ever since then. And then go ahead and go into that.
boy, was crazy. If we get the list of this, we get the list of the 1,000 baby oils, but we still didn't get the list of the Epstein. Whoever visited Epstein Island, you know what I mean? That had been a couple of years, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna just
That's
leave
too much
it.
power, man.
I'm just gonna
That's
leave
trying to find the
it.
X-Men. You're trying to find the X-Men right now. They're not gonna let you find the X-Men.
That's
yo,
hilarious.
yo, yo, yo. Just to find out that Xavier McDaniel, Charles
That's
Xavier,
that.
Professor X had a sister.
Yep. That's what I sat there. What the hell? You got a sister? Man, listen. What the hell going on here, man?
I didn't read that in no comic books, so stop adding on stuff.
No, wait. Nah, because you trying to find out what happened on Genosha. Y'all done got Magneto. It's like, that's it, man. They not gonna really go hard. Like we already got Magneto. We don't need to tell what happened on Genosha. What happened on Genosha stays in Genosha. We're
Word.
good.
That's
Keep
crazy.
that shit away from Manhattan. That's it. That's all we ask.
Uh,
Ooh, oh shit, my bad. My bad.
Indeed, no longer applies if the information is revealed through a subpoena. So that
yeah,
is interesting for sure fact. You know what I mean? So we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna see. And we got a lot of internet investigators, so someone's gonna, have a little channel on it and speak about it. Just like how we doing the Vince McMahon thing now. And I just was shocked, but you did give me a heads up and say, DOJ, that this wasn't what we was talking about last year about his essays and everything that was going on with that. It just was more so the backstage.
bro, and they threw it out there like right on the wave. The dude knew exactly what he was doing. They was like, all right, this is the perfect time to go ahead and go do it. And I was fully invested to thinking that it was about to turn left.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, nah, this is a documentary about his life. And most of it wasn't bad. You actually started feeling bad for him and was like, damn, this crazy motherfucker had a tough ass life, bro.
No. But it may not feeling bad. It just be like, yo, how did you become? How could if you came from? You said you was dirt poor, and you had to do something that they got you through life. And fighting was what got you through life. You know what I mean? And then you met up with a female that your mom's introduced you to. You know what I mean? I'm just cutting a long story short. You know what I mean? And you wanted your father's approval. You never got it. On your father's deathbed, no, you did something, and it finally got your father's approval. You was happy when he said, "Good job, son." And then you thought that was the best day of your life. But then you realized the really best day of your life was the day before your father died, when he told you he loved you for the first time, or you heard "I love you" for the first time. And this is all in his history, you know what I mean? Because this may not actually happen. And I'll tell you this why. Because I'm just having a reminisce with a couple of my boys, and certain ways I perceived how I thought how certain people grew up, or how I seen somebody grow up, and how it was brought back to me, by that person, and other fellas in the group. It was like, I thought the dude was good, you know what I mean? But in all reality, that nigga was a badass nigga, you know what I mean? But my eyes was, nah, this dude didn't do no bad. He was a good dude. But then now when you start, someone start throwing this day out or that day out, and then you start remembering that shit, oh nigga, you was a badass, you know what I mean? But you asked me 30 years later, I said the dude grew up good, you know what I mean? Like, he had no issues. But like I said, he had issues. But anyway, going back to Vince McMahon, you wanted your father approval, you finally got it, and he told you he loved you, and that was your best day of your life. And then you grown with this empire that you constructed, you know what I mean? Because he did construct all of this, you know what I mean? No matter how you see it and put it, with help from here, there, and there, he constructed this all himself as far as storyline and the empire. He had to pull certain strings, certain decisions, and he made it happen. Granted that if it had morals or the values of it were very low or very high, the standards were what he was presenting, you know what I mean? And just put your kids through the same struggle is kind of head scratching, you know what I mean? But I just think that you gotta learn and live through from your mistakes, in a sense. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sorry if I drag you. You know what I mean?
Listen. The scariest thing in life that I see now is the Bobby Lashley.
Is what?
The Bobby Lashley, scariest thing I've ever seen in life. I hope that's the scariest thing I'm ever going to see in life. And then but hold on though, when I actually saw, because I used to watch the ASMR, it actually does put you to sleep. I'm watching the dude, they get the chiropractor workouts. And I sat there and it was like Bobby Lashley was the next one to be on the show. And I saw Bobby Lashley and was like, oh my goodness, this mother lover is about 9 feet tall and he looks like a comic book character. And I was like, that poor woman, those poor women, that poor man, maybe. My goodness. The suffering.
But it's a good documentary though, bro. I'm glad you watched it. It's very informative. Very, very informative. And so just everybody else that's watching this and gonna watch this later on, go ahead and hit that that series, man. It's definitely worth it. If you're a real wrestling fan, or if you
I'm about to say,
really want more stuff to get into wrestling, it's definitely a good to hit up.
Shit, if you just like to be entertained, listen to a story. Listen to how it all goes down. Because the other one, it was good. It was good. When I found out about the Lashleys and the Captain Americas and whatever shit he made up for himself. But Yeah, Vince McMahon has a story, and to me, like I said, Vince McMahon whole thing. I think this is a lot of get back. It's a lot of get back for whatever happened to him as a kid, whether it's true or not. The abuse and all of that. That it's a get back, and like Jay said, and like I've thought for years, like why do people start bugging out when they get this bread? Like what the hell is wrong? And he got that power. He seen that. Hey, the wrestling is mine.
Yeah, the world.
Wrestling
Yeah.
is mine. This is mine. If you want to wrestle and get money, you got to go through me, or you can go and do that backyard shit and make 50, 60 bucks a night. And yeah. So now it's like, what are you willing to do to be down with the crew?
Mhm.
You want Bobby or you want Hulk Hogan? Which one you want? If he want to go there, and weirdo is a weirdo. A weirdo is a damn weirdo.
I got a question for you, Jay and Uncle Jackie, but I'm also I want you to answer this first, deal, Jay. Did you know that Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant fight? They didn't know that Hulk Hogan didn't know he was going to win or not,
Yes.
Or if Andre the Giant didn't
Yes.
agree. Yeah.
Yes. Andre the Giant is one of my favorite wrestlers. I actually have the whole base art tatted on my arm.
Nice.
It's actually on my arm on that. So I watched it. I heard this because a lot of people used to talk about how Andre worked, and they used to be terrified because if he didn't like you, it would be like, "Don't worry,"
I heard that too.
in the ring, and he beat the shit out of you, just slam on you and sit on you and just stomp on you and just it's gonna be a long ass night. He was a legitimate kayfabe, real back in the day wrestler, and then you hear like, ain't no way that you're gonna tell me Hulk Hogan was like, I'm not gonna win. Like, oh yeah, bro, this was still a time where the dude would have been like, nah, I'll choose when you win. I'll let you know you was gonna win. And there's still some dudes now that don't like to. I don't want to say they don't want to work the finish. They'll know obviously the finish, but they won't. That a dude will be like, yo, we'll just call it in the ring. Don't worry about it. We'll just see how the crowd feels, and we'll just ad lib it to go ahead and go fill out and go do shit. There's still some old school guys like that, new school guys that just throw some shit out there, and it's cool. But when you got a guy that's like Andre, to be like, bro, I'd legit break you in half. Like, there's another character you look up, like a Harley Race. Harley Race,
Harley Race was a mother.
Mang from I mean Haku, and fucking you hear fucking war stories of fucking him
Cool.
ripping a dude's eyeball out in a bar, him getting into bar fights again, police pulling up and like, oh hell no. No, no, nah, nah, I'm not arresting this crazy Samoan. You got me fucked up. Get out. Go disappear. Get out. Go away. Go.
But
And
listen
you
to
got
wrestlers talk about how cool. He was the sweetest guy. He was the
dudes were
sweetest guy.
just absolute savages that'll tell, bro, I will really break you up. Like I will really go ahead and I can really do damage. And it's like, damn, I gotta respect this guy because he's also a veteran. He's also was one of the. Well, if we going big man, you gotta go ahead and at least have the guy open the door because he was one of the best big men out there. That was a show on itself. You put Andre the Giant on the card and it was over. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
to reiterate on that, yeah, I did know already, but it was only because it was one of those stories where you're just like you hear and it's like, what the fuck, are you dead? Like, are you dead serious? Like, there's no way, bro. There's no, and then you start thinking, well, the man is over 7 feet tall. Do you see his hands? Who's gonna tell him what? I'll just lay down. What are you gonna do? I'll just lay down. I'll just beat the shit out of you if I can. If I have to do it on there. Here goes. And he called a great match, even though he was halfway in the grave, man. Poor boy was all in pain. I still remember the match. And I was always wondering too why it was always so slow. I used to think it was just because it was old wrestling, but then you realize, bro, he couldn't do anything. Because I watched some of his older stuff where he fought in Japan and all this other stuff around the world. I was like, he can move, but gigantism, man, that on his back, his
Yeah,
skin could sit on nothing. You
And
see all
then,
the pictures where he's like, oh, he's
and
just
that's
in a
one
hunched
cage,
reason,
over.
couldn't sit
Yeah,
on nothing.
and
Yeah.
that's one reason why they had the Charlie bring his ass out too. He didn't want to waste no breath and waste no energy while he walked down the aisle and shit. You know what I mean? Like taking your time. But Uncle Jackie, what's your opinion on it though? Did you know that that the fight results wasn't made up yet?
oh, they wasn't always. Yeah. I did hear certain stories and certain shit like that. But one thing I do want to say about the Harley Race shit, the Harley Race gentleman part, you knew he was tough because he managed Big Van Vader later, and it looked like that was his father. I mean, his son. That it looked
Yeah.
like father and son to me. Like we're just the kings of ass whoopings. We will break you, cause like WCW. I like they used to do their history too, and I used to like the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen were the shit. Oh boy! And then when I got older, I walked around. I am Mr. Wonderful. You can call me Paul Orndorff if you want. I am Mr. Wonderful. And they used to really just get in the ring. Arn Anderson and his Arn, I can't remember all of them, but they just get in the ring and just fuck you up. They just
Mhm.
fuck you up. And they did mention like you just getting your ass whooped until they decide they want to pin you, or they went off script and it's like, so you mean to tell me I got to sit here because the last match didn't always go off when the show went off. And I
Mhm.
don't know if people peeped
But
that.
they
The
did.
last
Yeah.
match didn't go off when the show went off. They kept fighting. So you only saw it if you were in the arena, which means
Mhm.
they went way the fuck off script because they didn't even fit it into the damn time slot
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
right way. So,
Sometimes
some of it was kind of obvious. Like,
yeah,
yeah, this is not,
some of that was pretty. Some of that was like that, bro.
yeah, just would
I
keep going. So you kind of knew sometimes, like, yeah, somebody don't want to get pinned.
yeah, exactly. You don't want to get into it with some of the dudes that you just in there with. So you'd be like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna. And I love hearing a lot of stories where even like the most experienced wrestlers, they see like a Stone Cold, you hear the Undertaker. That's why like he does his podcast where it's like, yeah, I had a mistake thinking I was cool enough to go ahead and call a spot in the ring and go ahead and go do this. I ate a big boot to the face later on to go ahead and be like, hold that. This is my ring.
Yeah,
Remember that. I'll tell you when to go do something. I'll go ahead and go do that. So now imagine that coming from Andre the Giant, bro. Come on now. I ain't saying no to
Undertaker
Andre.
rookie stories are
You
awesome.
said a Big Show,
Undertaker,
and
yeah.
apparently he was twice the size of that nigga. So I don't even understand. Like, what the fuck are you talking? I'm,
They tried to say that he was his son. I remember that. They
that was
said that
funny.
Big Show was Andre the Giant's son when he first came out. The son of Andre the Giant. Like, what? He don't even look like he looks like a big white guy. He doesn't even look he doesn't have any melanin. Like Andre the Giant, if you mate with Andre the Giant, I don't think that the baby's gonna come out looking like the mother. I just don't.
That's hilarious.
hmm Yeah, I don't think he's gonna come out looking like the mother.
That's
But it
crazy.
was still a good gimmick because the Big Show got famous. He got what do you call it? Popular. And then he became his own man. You started hearing, well,
Well, he
well,
was
it's the Big
that's
Show.
another guy for covering wrestlers not to come off script. He was big already in WCW, like as the Giant. Like he was. I was actually upset when he left and went to WWE because I was like, nah, they about to just do him dirty because he was coming into his own, but they did him right. Like you said, he turned out pretty good.
Was
Man
it?
had the
Yeah.
most
Was it?
heel face turns on the whole fucking planet, though. That nigga turned like 97 times, bro. It was a good guy one day, a bad guy the next day, a good
Yeah.
guy the next day. Oh my god.
But I didn't know that was crowd control. No,
What you mean?
or there was that storyline where he was going back and forth between good and bad.
No, it was at a time where there was they didn't have nothing for him, so it was just he just fit the mold. Now you have it where it's not really established the way you have to be a good guy, you have
Yeah,
to be a bad
yeah.
guy. You could be a dude that's kind of like in between because
Anti-hero.
a lot of fans now cheer the bad guy and they throw the whole shit around and it goes on. So you can kind of get away with both of those, but at that time, nah, bro. One day he'd be saving somebody, the next day he'll come into the thing and he's going to have to beating somebody up, and then it's just showing like I'm a monster. I just do whatever the fuck I want. I don't really care. I don't really answer to nobody. It'd be alright.
Another question, and then we're gonna go into final thoughts. As we all know, rest in peace to Owen Hart. He passed away in the ring. You, Vince McMahon, do you keep the show going, or do you stop the show and give everybody their money back?
Are you kidding me?
You want me to answer?
Yeah, I want both of y'all to answer.
Well, the part of it that's fucking business will tell you to keep the show going, but I guess it kind of get Owen Hart the hell out of the ring, so they can start tending to him. But I mean, you got to do everything at the same time. It's like you gotta be able to do both. You got to, because wasn't that a primetime show?
Okay.
Pay-per-view.
Okay, that's even worse. That's what I should have said. Pay-per-view.
But it was a pay-per-view. But another thing too, blood on the mat, and then you got distraught workers at the same token, just in case you didn't see.
So you would have to sit there and have that. You got to have that talk in the backstage. That's that backstage talk right there. Who can make it? Who wants to go? But I mean, most likely, the normal person in you is like dead this shit. But it's so much invested. I'm trying to think for both sides, because the normal part, like, man, this shit is over. Owen Hart is fucking down. He's not getting back up. But pay-per-view, this is fucking hundreds of millions of dollars potentially, even if it's tens of millions. It's like, oh boy, let's get these guys in here. Let's get the real paramount. Let's get this guy the fuck out of here. Let's get him the fuck going. And if people think it's a part of the show, I guess keep them thinking that. I guess if you're gonna do both, if you're not gonna cut the show down, then you have to make them think it's a part of the show, and you got to let the other wrestlers assume it's a part of the show as well.
I mean, they didn't let the crowd know, but I think the fans that was watching pay-per-view probably
I'm close, yeah,
because the announcer announced it. He announced it, but they didn't announce it to the audience though. But
So,
yeah, because
that deal, Jay.
so I hate talking about this shit. Because this is where I know it's like I have the biggest pet peeve, and this is probably where the beginning of my hatred for this man comes in. So for everybody who doesn't understand, who doesn't know, Owen Hart fell from the Raptors. That was all the way on top of the arena that they were in. He was trying to come down like Sting on a rappel rope, on a gearbox, whatever it is. The lights were down, so apparently not a lot of fans saw what happened, which I don't believe. There's a whole bunch of accounts that share that went to go ahead and go do that, and if not, they heard what this sounded like.
yeah,
The man fell from 300 feet, 500, I don't fucking know. I don't remember the amount, but he fell, landed chest first into the corner of the ring, and proceeded to die inside of that building. As soon as that happened, the show is over. As soon as that pay-per-view gets brought up, you tell them this is what happened, and you splice that bitch to Monday Night Raw, or you splice that bitch onto a Sunday Night Heat or a Saturday Night Main Event or something you got fucking recorded, and you record that bitch and you tell people here, get your money back, and you go do that. Are you kidding? There is no fucking way possible you're going to tell me I'm going to put his friends through that. Did you see if you watch the matches, because I always wanted to see the footage of what went on from over there. I've always wanted to go ahead and go through that, and they said they have it because the stadium that they were in, they always had a like a 24-hour roll camera from an angle that's on top, and you see, and the drop is there's been a vault that they put away that nobody will ever see ever forever,
Mm.
and I would, because it's a fault. That's what it is. And that's why his family doesn't fuck with him like that. And that's why his wife doesn't fuck with WWE or like anything that goes on to his likeness too far, because she gets a little, you guys don't understand. I lost my husband. I lost the love of my life because of this. Because he thought it was funny to go ahead and go put on a costume and entertain you guys. He thought it was cool and was going to be clever to go ahead and go do all this shit, and he lost his life. And then he continued on with the show with his blood on the floor, and people confused as hell. Like, what? Is he dead? Is he alive? He has to be hurt. I know something happened. I know something happened. Even if I wasn't privy to the information, I know somebody told me. I know somebody let me know. I saw the paramedics. I saw what went on from there. I saw he wasn't moving. I saw his chest was caved in. And if I'm not mistaken, they had to open him up some way. Either they gave him a tracheotomy or they opened up his chest for something. I know they did something. And it was bad, bro. It was bad. It was bad. I never do that. I never do that. There's a difference. If the man is injured, I have watched live, well, not live, but I've watched when they put it on TV. And I watched one of my favorite wrestlers now, one of the new guys, Big E, get suplexed onto his neck. He got German suplex right onto his neck. The dude didn't throw it right. He didn't land it right. And this poor he's a big guy, landed straight on his neck, broke his neck, and over there. Still hasn't recovered to this day. He's like, bone has healed, but I don't have some type of feeling, and there's not enough fusion going on to go ahead and continue on from this. So I don't know if it's going to be not a life-threatening thing, but it could be a life ending if I get injury in the ring. You know, it's bad, man. I get it, but no, I'm not. That wasn't an injury, bro. That wasn't a man fell from the roof.
Yeah.
This isn't a ladder. I let him fall off the ladder. I watched Jeff Hardy jump off a 50-foot ladder. I watched Shane McMahon jump off the top of the Titantron. That doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck.
It's 70 feet.
This is not planned all the way into the ring apron, and this goes on, bro.
That's crazy. And I mean, I asked that question because, you know, during the Netflix special, they showed a clip of one of the wrestlers being interviewed right after, and he had to go on right after.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett.
You was Jeff Jarrett and
Jeff Jarrett, and I think it was Deborah he was with.
Yep. Yeah. And they asked him, man,
what up?
He was like, shout out, it's good. He was like, yeah, shout out to Owen Hart, you know.
None of them, though. Nigga, they was holding back tears, though.
Yeah, about that's what I'm getting at. Like the girl, the female,
what are you talking
like,
about?
oh my god, like
I don't even like continuing a sport when somebody gets knocked out or hurt. What are you talking about? I don't give a fuck about none. I don't. The dude, he sprained his ankle. You guys signed. All right, I'm done. I'm all right. You think I'm gonna have somebody lose their life, or do something that's life-ending or threatening to go ahead and go and continue? I'm not getting in the ring. I'm not wrestling nobody. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not doing shit. There's no way. It's the same thing that you got to think about it in boxing. Somebody just got killed in boxing. You gonna fight after that goes on? I'm not fighting after that shit goes on. That better have been the main event, because I'm going home. I'm going home. You got me fucked up. No. Somebody just lost their life in it. No. Now, am I going to fight, or something going to go on because he broke his arm or he broke his leg? Hell fucking yeah. That's stupidity. I don't give a fuck about that. He got knocked out. Man, he be all right. That's okay. I'm not going to. But death? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I just thought that was disrespectful, you know what I mean? Just thought that it was distasteful and everything in between.
That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame. That's why he's not in none of the games. That's why he's not in none of the shit, because his wife was like, no, I need all of that. Give me all of that. I thought you was being a spiteful person and just being, you know, ridiculous because she hates everybody. Because she also had beef with Brett and a lot of the Hart family. So I understand it. But then you find out, bro, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The love of my life, something happened to my wife, and I got it. Nah. I don't want her situated with none of that. I don't want to be invested with none of that. No, you can't make no money off his name. No, you can't make no money off they likeness. No, you can't. You can't. No. No documentaries, no footage, no things, no nothing. If his name pops up, you already know what's gonna happen. You're about to get a cease and desist.
I feel
Rest
that.
in peace on my heart.
Well, rest in peace in my heart. Well, fellas, I appreciate the extra 40 minutes that y'all gave me, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
Get the viewership up. And, we were talking wrestling, so that's inside
You
Jay.
know me, man.
That's inside Jay name right there. Like, yeah.
Man, wrestling is fucking, and again, anybody who's not into it, I've been telling these guys and I tell everybody else, it is a perfect time to get into wrestling, bro. There's a lot of shit going on that you're gonna like. We like fast-paced shit and no storylines. You want to go ahead and go hit AEW because that shit is all over the place. But if you love old wrestling, you love storylines and getting invested, WWE is the way to go. They've been doing their thing. They've been holding it down. I'm so happy for wrestling right now.
That's good. That's good. So, final thoughts, everybody. Yeah.
I hope Vince McMahon goes to jail.
Vince McMahon is a psychopath.
Absolute sociopathic psychopath. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah, he's a psychopath, and you should be compensated if you ever had to meet Bobby Lashley. You should definitely be compensated. It's probably easier for you to have kids now, but delivery wise, he's just gonna pop out. That's the only one good thing you got if someone is gonna entertain you as a wife. So you need to go get compensated because you'll never be the same again, at least physically. So don't be afraid to tell anyone. Better get that bread while the going is good. It's always best to be the first one on that lawsuit docket than the last one. So you know what I mean? You need to be severely compensated, especially if it's easier for you to use the bathroom now. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Wow! No, Vince McMahon is terrible. Boy, I have nightmares about the Bobby Lashley. I never seen it up close. But Bobby,
Jesus Christ!
Exactly. I almost prayed once.
You're crazy. Yeah, Vince McMahon, I mean, you did dirt, you get caught doing dirt, you deserve to be in a dirty place, and jail is definitely a dirty place, you know what I mean? Yes, he seemed like he's a smart man, you know what I mean? And smart men don't always make the right decision, don't always make the best decisions. But I think he's going to face a time in jail behind it because I think it's going to be enough evidence to get him. You know what I mean? So it is.
Will he care? He's in his 70s. Will he care?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, I got to do that to you. I don't care. It's like Bernie Madoff. I made off. Right? Yeah, I went to jail for 3 years and I died? Cool.
Yeah.
Fuck
it. You'd be all right.
Mm-hmm.
I won.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? Thanks again, y'all. You already know. I already appreciate
Yes, sir.
Love you
Seek
guys.
help, y'all. Seek help.
Word.
Until next week, my guys.
Facts.
Let's go. Let's go, Mets.
Let's go, Mets. We out, bro.
One.
New in the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Also up, gotta stack that case out my back. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, standing out in the crowd. It's so hard, gotta stack the cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't none time. Turn it up. Let the
Yeah, and my bad. Shout out to Diamond. Thanks for coming by. Shout out to everybody that came and like, subscribe, you know what I mean? Appreciate you guys, man. That was very disrespectful of me, so I had to come back and rewind myself. You know what I mean? There you go. We'll see y'all next week.
Salute.
Practice. I can show you practice. I can show you how to put $1 million in a mattress. I can show the difference between an icon and a classic. Baby in the major should be rolling in a basket. I'm advanced, and it's a lot of dance. From anywhere, my jewelry jump like John Morant. And Kif Tower shorts got me tanning with the babes. You would be a surfer if you ever had this wave. I just switch up my cabana, they throw shade. Matter top 5 and top wives, no I'm the fade. And throw them out the loop, I be mute, playing cute, nothing to say to you. Cause when I'm back home, I'm like Kyrie, I won't play with you. This is magic with the fur. Tim Duncan on the spur. Tanya Harton on the skate. This that Kobe number 8. This the kick over the head in the hand of Sue Bird. This boy's superb. All I got is 2 words. Mace. Kiff.
South Beach murder, man, my crew come through. Every time I drop the top, the roof come too. Got no big homies, we know who runs who. Yeah, novice nigga ever from the 2-1. Check it. Nike Tech, bubble coat, Kyrie, smoking dry weed. So much drugs in a nigga system, need BIV. Baddies on my body, all the hotties call me Poppy. Chop cheese from hobby, niggas still living high speed. I scoop all tender, I don't do dinner. Crime inventor, Lambo renter, stay high to the sinners. I told the niggas save a bread of no public defenders. We doing a lot of wicked shit, so don't you jump in this sprinter, nigga. Ain't on no funny shit, niggas die over money shit. About to spend on a child friend, my mom be on some other shit. They heard the murder up again, get time back to the government, cutting shit. A nigga walk the child with the oven mitts. They see me in the ski mask, they know I'm selling re-rap. Hit him in his kneecap, stomach bubble like wheatgrass. Niggas don't really know me, they just know that I'm moving. And I handle my business like the Soviet Union. We can go body for body, hottie for hottie, thotty for thotty, robbery for robbery, Rari for Rari, and homie for homie, lobby for lobby, nigga, choppy for choppy. We can go switch for switch or go lami for lami. I'm so bossy, call me Hugo, 80K on the Hublot. Cops pull me out the two-door, I'm high as Pluto. Mommies love me like Menudo, already got it, you know. I get a bag of blue nose to do their party 2 shows. These niggas sweet as fruit codes, tour days 2 codes. I ain't never do those, the Celsius is too cold. You f***ing with that dudo, you never sip on Nuvo. I'm giving new lows, you make a movie off me, you gon' need a new role. You just a bum in the pussy, that's why I call you puto. I got some foreigners out of town that chop it up just like a judo. F*** a body cam, I left and give you 7 like you Kuko. Next time they say with him, tell